Welcome back to Magical Task Force. Turmentic here, and today I'm going to do something a little different. I want to go over the lore or story of Harry Potter Wizards Unite. I've spent the last few days putting all the info together I could find because the game gives it to you in bits and pieces, but not all of it in the right time or the right place. I will be breaking it up into 2 videos as this is a lot longer of a story than you would think. Disclaimer though, all the photos belong to their respectful owners. I do not claim rights to them. I will leave links in the description of the video so you can check out all the other info that I found. The events in Wizards Unite take place in real time, our year 2019. This is figured out by using Cursed Child. Hermione is Minister of Magic in the play, and in Wizards Unite's storyline, she is just in charge of the Statue of Secrecy Task Force. This is good to know because it explains why all the Foundables are being brought to our time right now. Grim Fawley was born sometime in 1985 on the British Isles. He started to attend Hogwarts in 1996 to 1997 school year. Fawley was an excellent student and he received 5 outstandings and 1 exceeds expectations on his newts. Sadly, his parents passed away during the Second Wizarding War when he was still young though. After graduating from school, he started working for the Department of Magical Law Enforcement at the British Ministry of Magic. Since he worked mainly a desk job, he became friendly with another witch that worked in the same department. The witch that he became friendly with was no other than Penelope Fawley. Now, Penelope, or Len as her friends called her, was born sometime in 1982. Not much is known about her time in school, but she was a gifted witch, even becoming a Slytherin prefect while in school. Some people didn't trust her though because of her parents. They were open supporters of Voldemort. Not sure exactly what happened to her father, but her mother was sent to Azkaban before the last Wizarding War. The last thing she gave to her daughter was a Comet 290 broomstick made by Comet Trading Company. Len kept that broom until her disappearance. Upon graduation, she started to work for the Department of Magical Law Enforcement. Some thought that she couldn't be trusted because of her parents' allegiance, but she soon proved them wrong and eventually received a promotion because of her hard work and dedication to the Department of Magical Law Enforcement. She became a very respected Aurora. So back to Grim and Penelope. When they first met, they kept their relationship a secret for a full year. They married June of 2006. The Daily Prophet had an article that read, Miss Penelope Fawley and Mr. Grim Fawley were wed this past Sunday in West Bromwich. Both Fawley and Fawley work within the Department of Magical Law Enforcement at the Ministry of Magic. Attached was a picture of Penelope and Grimm, Penelope enthusiastically kissing Grimm's cheek while he blushes and looks away from the camera. Penelope always sensed greatness in Grimm and encouraged him to apply to become an unspeakable. Unspeakables are people that work for the Ministry of Magic, but their work is so secret that no one but them can know what they are working on. Unspeakables work in the Department of Mysteries, the same department that holds all of the prophecies. Unspeakables work in the Love Chamber, which according to Dumbledore is locked at all times, Thought in the Thought Chamber, or Death in the Death Chamber, and the infamous Brain Chamber. Prior to the battle at the Department of Mystery during the Second Wizarding War, they also kept all time turners under lock and key. As an example of how important or dangerous their job is, one unspeakable by the name of Rockwood was convicted of sharing secrets with Voldemort and was sent to Azkaban for life. With little oversight from the rest of the Ministry, unspeakables are some of the most powerful and elusive members of the Ministry. So Penelope encouraged Grimm to apply to be an unspeakable, seeing his great potential. I've always been the one on the side, Grimm wrote in a letter to Penelope, looking in on everyone else's adventure, but you're right. I have a lot to offer, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to apply to be an unspeakable. You got me convinced. I am bloody qualified. It's time to get in the game, right? It's time I had an adventure of my own. Grimm received glowing recommendations for his hard work in the Department of Magical Law Enforcement and received the job. He quickly excelled and became a great asset to the Unspeakables. This brings us to the London 5 incident. No one knows what caused the 5 people in London to disappear. Things of this nature had not happened since the dark times when Voldemort was in power. An issue of the Daily Prophet, the headline ran, 5 go missing in London, investigation underway. The Prophet lists the missing, Rhea Patel, Timothy Hale, Kit Garrard, Guinevere Blatt, and Penelope Fawley. The only thing recovered from Penelope was her wand, and when recovered, it was noted that her wand was willow, 12.5 inches long and a dragon heartstring core. There was a large, spinding crack down the middle. Grimm was stricken by deep grief. His love for his wife made him reach out to his boss, Gareth Greengrass, who was a senior unspeakable, who reassured Grimm he would do everything in his power and would spare no expense to find his wife. The investigation would last several months, but no leads were ever found. Greengrass and the other council members called off the investigation because it was going nowhere. Shortly after the investigation was called off, an issue of the Daily Prophet wrote, "After failing to come up with any evidence regarding the London Five, the ministry has shuttered the investigation, leaving families of the missing distraught. Surely an investigation helmed by the famous Harry Potter should have been able to find something." Even worse, the council's official position was the Aurors didn't have enough money to keep the investigation going. Grimm wrote to Greengrass saying, "You promised me you'd do everything in your power to find Penelope. No expense spared, you said, but the council's closed the investigation. You're on the bloody council. Please convince them to reopen the investigation. If not for me, then for Nell." Greengrass even forced Grimm to take some time off. He had to go straight to the Minister of Magic in order to get it approved because of Grimm being an unspeakable. Honestly, this would probably be the biggest mistake made. And that's where we're going to end it for today. Stick around, I'll have the other half of the video out hopefully within the next couple days. Looking at all of this, doing all of the research, this is super fascinating because all of this is leading up to the calamity, which we will get into next time. And that's what we're dealing with right now in the game. My name is Turmentic, though. If you found this helpful or useful, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel for more tips, tricks, and lore videos as the lore comes out for Harry Potter Wizards Unite. Like I said, I will put links for all of those helpful websites in the description, so definitely check them out. They are huge resources for information. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day.